Well, a good Saturday to you. Thanks for finding us here at Fox 26. I'm meteorologist John Dawson, and we've got a lot to talk about in the tropics. We also have a lot to talk about here in the Houston area where I am, but I know that so many of you aren't in the Houston area who like to check in with our tropical update. So I wanted to get in here and give a brief update. This one will be a little shorter than usual because we are watching severe weather potential here in Southeast Texas as well. But if you're in the Caribbean, which I know a lot of our YouTube viewers come from the Caribbean, and I have seen comments from you folks who are in Jamaica, and you are the people that I'm thinking about most specifically right now, because Jamaica is about to get hit very hard by Melissa. I'm extremely concerned with what Melissa is going to do to this island. It is a threat that is just about a worst case scenario as far as what we're looking at. We're going to see long-term power outages, I think. We're going to see flooding before the winds even reach there. And so flooding first, and that could be maybe even lead to some mudslides. And then we're going to run into the problems with the wind causes when you start losing the power outages and other communications. And this is just going to be a slow event. We're going to have a long duration of very powerful winds. And as I said, I know that there are people who check with us regularly on YouTube who are in Jamaica. And I'm thinking about you right now, and I'm wanting to make sure that you have the right information and that you start taking those precautions, because things are going to turn ugly pretty quick overall in what's happening here in Jamaica. So you can see Melissa really churning up these colors. Look how rich they're coming. When you start seeing those magentas like that, that is some very strong storms, and the winds are going to correlate to that. But here are, again, is where we're headed with this, straight to Jamaica. Sometimes I like to look at the satellite imagery, the visible satellite imagery. This would be literally if we were just up really, really high in the atmosphere, just looking down with our own eye. And it's getting dark because the sun's starting to set. But you can just see this churning and all this welling up, and this, again, to me, this just looks threatening, and it's even becoming more organized, and it's about to go through the possibility of rapid intensification, but certainly becoming stronger. We're looking at a Category 1 hurricane right now, and the problem is that this storm is going to slowly head towards Jamaica and then make a turn and go right across Jamaica. And yes, there are other people besides Jamaica that are going to be impacted by this, Cuba and the Bahamas, and then again, it's going to head out to the Atlantic eventually. But I'm just really concerned in the short term for the folks that are in Jamaica, as this system is going to continue to kind of makes its way through. And again, this is not correct. We are talking about a hurricane right now. So it's Hurricane Melissa. That icon's not correct, but I showed you a minute ago, as we're going to slowly jog to the northwest and then make a sharp, abrupt turn to the northeast. And I'll show you here the forecast cone in just a minute, but let's sort of review real quick. This is the 4 p.m. update on Saturday. We've got maximum sustained winds right now at about 90 miles an hour. Our pressure is continuing to drop. It's at 974 at the moment. And as the computer models have indicated, it's going to be heading right towards Jamaica. But here's the big concern: the rapid intensification and the speed. This is so slow. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., we'll have probably Category 4 hurricane winds. So that's at least 130 mile an hour winds expected. Then it's expected to pop up over 150 mile an hour winds. But the concern is, look how long this takes. From where it says 4, this is Sunday 1 p.m., and where it says 5 is Monday 1 p.m. That's a 24-hour period that the hurricane, some winds, but mostly the rain. We're going to have all of that rain just soaking Jamaica for a 24-hour period. And then those powerful winds start to move towards the island. A Category 4, Category 5 storm rolling across the island, and then it begins to head up and weaken as it starts interacting more with land, but still going to do quite a bit of business when it gets into Cuba as well. So that's the threat. That's what we're concerned about. So again, for those folks who are checking in with us here in Jamaica, thinking about you, leave me a comment. We want to know that you're getting prepared, that you've got everything in place and ready to go for all of the threats, the storm surge if you're close to the coast, the rain's going to bring some flooding. There are going to be isolated chances even for, sometimes those tornadic activity is always a possibility sometimes with a system like this. And then mostly it's going to be those hurricane force winds once it begins to make more of a landfall. That's still another day or two away. As always, we'll keep you updated right here with Fox 26, whether you're on fox26houston.com, whether you're looking at us on Fox Local, or you're one of our international viewers who are checking in on YouTube. We're thankful for you checking in with us. We're glad you trust us. We'll be back here again tomorrow with an update.